I'm here in Indiana.
Okay, cool. How's Indiana?
It's actually warm, surprisingly. It's
Oh,
usually been pretty cold and rainy recently, but I think this whole week it's actually going to be pretty warm, which is nice.
nice. Like, what's the heat for you guys this week then?
Ooh, I think I saw like 87 Fahrenheit. So,
Ooh, see, that's really nice. We've been like that for the last few. Actually, we've been high 90s actually here in Canada. It's been
dang.
it's been warm. Like we were Arizona hot
Ooh,
last week
ooh,
or two.
no, I don't like that type of pie. I'm from the deep south.
Oh,
So like I grew up in like where the temperatures felt like it was 110 sometimes, and it's just it's like that swampy humid heat, so it's
yeah.
not good.
Nah.
Mm,
I got to experience that quite a bit when I was in Florida a few times over the years, and
yep.
I'm just like, it's just no. Why do people
Mhm.
live there? I just
I'm
don't get it.
I moved here from Florida. So I feel
So
it.
yeah, yeah. So you got out, and you're like, nah. I just can't.
Yeah, pretty much. I grew up in Savannah, Georgia. Went kind of lived around, went back to Florida for some reason. Was just like, no, mm-mm.
Oh, so give me an introduction, Clover. Like, what do you do? What is your, I guess, job in an industry wise, right?
Yeah. So I am a kind of back and forth person. I kind of say I'm a jack of all trades. I do a lot more photography and merch, but I'm trying to primarily just go into more photography, videography recently.
Mhm.
Um, I have been wanting to do this for so long. I've been wanting to work in the industry for so long, but I can't play an instrument. I don't know how to. So I just kind of started taking photos, and here I am.
Nice. I think that's in indirectly all creatives. They wish they could like play an instrument, but they just don't know how or just can't.
Yeah.
I think so. If you had to pick an instrument, if you could play, what would be the instrument?
Honestly, I like to sing.
Oh.
So I would love to learn how to like actually sing. I can like karaoke sing, but not get anything good. No, no, no.
No, honestly, Culver, this is what you should do when the band you go with a band that you will be with. I've been seeing this trend a lot lately with bands. Try to advocate being like, "Hey, can I guest vocal with you for like a song?" Honestly, like do
Oh
that for the
God.
tour. Honestly, just one song. That's what I'm seeing the trend right now in the
I,
world.
no one wants to hear that. Not from me, at least.
That'll be
I
amazing.
I cannot sing. I swear. I would sound like if I had no in ears, it would be bad.
Nah, don't worry. They'll have like they have a mix. I don't know if your band will have like a dedicated mixing person, but either
Mhm.
way, venue or mixer, they'll tune it.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll
I
see.
especially maybe not on this tour since it's
Okay.
like amphitheater and
Oh,
arena shows. I'm like,
okay. Never mind. Never mind that. Don't do
yeah,
that. That could be
no.
a whole entire thing then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be bad.
Cool. Cool. Are you excited though?
Yeah, this is actually the first time I'm doing one of these like bigger shows that isn't just me like going and photographing for a band I like. This is like
Mhm.
me actually being on the road, like part of this production being at these arenas and amphitheaters that like I go to for bigger people. Like it's crazy.
It's kind of like almost a full circle moment then for you then, right?
actually, actually, yeah, I was saying that. Um so I'm going with the opener, Eva Under Fire,
Mhm.
and the headliner is actually Five Finger Death Punch, and it's crazy. Back when I was like 18, 19, I was for some reason so like gun ho about joining the military. I think
Mhm.
I just kind of needed a place of stability at the time, and like my ex husband was in the Air Force, so it was kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, I should do this. I see how like stable he is, and I'm just here. Um, so for some reason, listening to Five Finger Death Punch kind of gave me more like full force with like trying to join. I think it was just like that grunt style music.
Hmm.
So like going from that and then now here I am 26 and now I'm going on tour with like their tour package is crazy.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah. Like I got to what was it? It was a few years ago I got to go on tour with, I guess, In This Moment and that, but like the
Awesome.
tour in the tour package was I See Stars, and getting to see
Yeah.
those guys, it's just like, man, I kind of like grew up, but like in the metal world, rock world, I like listened to you guys when I was just first listening to like rock and metal music. It's just like, damn, this is crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's cool to see all these bands, like these photographers, these creatives like me and you just go on these tours, and it's just like, wow, we're seeing these bands that we grew up and just started
Yeah.
listening to, right?
Yeah, that was I definitely have a moment like that before this one. So I was touring with Stitched Apart for a while
Ooh.
and we ended up having Dead Rabbits come on and I was like, who's Dead Rabbits? I felt so bad. I was like, who is that? And then come to find out it's Craig Mavett from Escape the Faith. And I was like, oh my gosh. And the fact that like he didn't bring his bandmates on the run. We actually ended up using Stitched Apart's bandmates. We just put the bunny mask on them.
No way.
Um it was just it was surreal because since he didn't have his bandmates, he actually stowed away with us on our RV. And so we got to actually hang out for I think it was like 2.5 months, I think, and genuinely that is the sweetest guy ever. Like all my friends, they know how
Mhm.
much I talk so much about like Craig Mammon because he is just genuinely probably one of the best people I've actually worked with in the industry who like genuinely cares about his people. So
That's huge. That's awesome. I love that.
yeah,
It's good hearing stories like that. It's always like, oh, pretty bad experiences in the music. Well, lately it's been very much those hard hitting subjects in the industry. And it's just like, it's good to hear those moments with different
yeah,
artists and these people that you grew up listening to. And it's just like, they're actually really sweet. They're really nice.
very. It was him and then Lacey from Flyleaf. Like I got to do her little one off things when she was I think coming back, if I'm not mistaken. Like she is genuinely such a sweetheart too. She's just so loving. I love her so much too.
I just got to say hi to her when I was in Sonic Temple the one time,
Oh,
and I just saw her kids and everything, her family. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, I love you,
Oh,
and great set. And she was super sweet, super nice, and honestly, Lacey is down to earth a
her
ton.
kiddos are literally the sweetest too. I just that whole family. I just love them.
Nice. So, what's it like doing merch also on the road though, Clover? Like, I know it's probably like hard to balance it out, right?
It can be stressful, especially since I go as like a package myself. Like I'll go as photo and merch. So sometimes it can be stressful. It's just all about like how you can figure out how to do everything in a timely manner.
Yeah.
So I I'll usually start like by setting up the table before like doors and VIP for any of the bands that are coming through.
Mm,
I'll do that. And then as soon as that's all set up, I'll kind of just hang out, maybe explore the town for an hour if I have the chance. Come back and then I'll sell for a little bit while if we're not the openers, I'll sell a little bit while the opener's going. And then by the time that the band I'm working with is going, I'll make like a little I'll be right back sign. And so I'll go upstage and then I'll take all the photos. I'll run back as soon as the the set's over, and then I'll sell as much as I can. And then as soon as the next band plays, I tend to like open my laptop and immediately start editing at the same time. But I'm standing up and making sure that I'm like able to get anyone who's coming the way. Luckily, when bands are playing, people are just so like gun poor when it comes to like watching the band. So that's nice.
good.
And then kind of just do that. I'll edit, sell the rest of the merch as the show is continuing, and then after like show ends, pack everything up, bring everything to the trailer, and then try to immediately start working on photos
Mm,
and getting the rest of them done, so that way I can send them out by the next morning, so they can post it that afternoon.
smart. Smart. Honestly, wait, do you do also videos well too, Clover, or no?
I just started this
Oh.
this this year, yeah. I started doing videos on this last tour
Mhm.
with a band called Lilac,
Nice.
and I'm very grateful for them letting me like experiment and try to start learning. Because I got a lot of videos pushed out. I think I got one at least like every night of just like
Nice.
recaps, but since I'm just learning, I felt a little overwhelmed, but at the same
Mhm.
time, I was like, I'm gonna get this. I gotta let it click.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, when I got to do my tour that I did, it was yes, photos and video, but like it is overwhelming. That's the thing. Once you get a hang of it, it's great, but like it gets you. It really sneaks up on you. It's just like, oh no, I need to get this done, and it's a lot, and oh no.
and then you got all the editing you gotta do, and it's like Da Vinci work.
Da Vinci work. So how did you get into, I guess, merch then, Culver? Like, what was like the first moment you're like, I want to actually go do merch then?
I so the first band I worked like ever with when it came to even putting my foot forward in the door for this was that I had a friend who was talking about that they couldn't do this tour, that they just wanted someone to do merch and potentially do photos. And but the person at the time, I think, was still like doing school, so they couldn't
Hmm.
take the opportunity. So they were talking to me about it, and I was like, well, I've never really done a tour. I've done a little bit of merch, like selling wise for like friends and local bands when I lived in New England. And it just feels like retail
Yeah.
basically. um and so I reached out to that band that the friend couldn't go on, or sorry, the friend, the brain isn't braining right now.
You're
The
good.
tour that she couldn't go on. And so I reached out to them and I was like, hey, like I would potentially love to do this for you guys. Like it gets me my foot in the door for the first time. Um, I would just like to try it out. And so they said, okay. They kind of just asked me what all experience I had. I told them like I've done some local shows, I've done retail, obviously when not on tour. Um, and they were just like, sure, why not? So I flew down to Orlando and I went on my first tour.
Damn. And then there's that. And now you're traveling the traveling all North America and being like, hey, we're doing merch. We're doing
Yeah.
photos. So how about with the photo wise then? How did you first get into photography then, Clover then?
Ooh, so I kind of got found. So I was taking photos just at a show that I was attending.
Hmm.
I went to go see Ghost the band,
Oh,
and I think it was Mastodon and Spirit Box that opened, and I'm just there and I'm taking photos on my phone. I'm right behind the barrier, so it was kind of nice because my phone could actually reach photo wise. um, and I took a couple of pictures of ghosts and I think some of Spirit Box when they were on, but for some reason the ghost ones went crazy. And they're phone photos. They're not
yeah.
necessarily that good, but they were enough for people to be like, wow, can we like repost these? Can we repost these and ghost the band like fan pages and stuff? And so I was like, sure, why not? After that started happening, I started getting a lot of people that were just like randomly messaging me, being like, "Hey, do you do photos? Like, would you want to do photos? Maybe you
Mhm.
should do photos." And I was like, "Huh, maybe." So at that time, I had a really very nice roommate, and he ended up getting this camera for me that was like $400.
Yeah.
And I went onto the DMs of, I think it was One Step Closer. I believe so.
Ooh.
I went and I messaged one of the bandmates and I was like, hey, I see you guys are doing a show here in Connecticut. Can I take a picture or can I take some pictures of you to build my portfolio? I think the opener was like Day Seeker too. So like I got to
Okay.
I,
Damn.
I got to take pictures of them too. Um, and Yeah, after I think I literally only posted like two photos out of that because I had no idea what I was doing. Like this was my first like show with like a good camera,
Yeah.
good enough camera. Um, and yeah, it was the same thing. Like, hey, you need to start investing in like some better camera parts, and maybe a better camera body.
Hmm.
Um, try to edit this way, try to edit that way. And yeah, it kind of exploded.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, and then now you're here, basically.
Yeah.
Crazy. Cool.
Like,
I love One Step Closer. They're very nice guys. I got to shoot them, I think, a few years ago, and it was with Dayseeker as well too, which is fun.
oh, maybe it was the same. I wonder if it was the same one. I can't remember who the the direct support was. It may have been. Oh, I can't remember if it was like Silent Planet or like Invent Animate. I feel like it was one of them.
Ooh, so I think for mine, I know it was Silverstein was headliner.
Oh, it was Silverstein.
Okay, it was the
Yeah,
Silverstein tour.
it
Okay,
was
that was
that
it was a
one.
great tour. It was a
Yeah.
great lineup. It was Silverstein, yeah, Dayseeker, and then yes,
Yep.
yeah, them and See Your Space Cowboy at that
Yep.
time. Yeah,
That
yeah,
was it. Yep.
yeah. It was great. It was a great lineup. It was a great show, and I loved it. And it was great, great bands. So how many years have you done this now? You would say.
I started in, I want to say 2023.
Oh, you're new. I thought you've been doing this for like post before COVID even.
No, no, I wish honestly. I just I didn't really know this was the path I wanted to go until it happened.
No way! You're a post-COVID person. Let's go.
Yeah.
Man, it feels like you've been doing this for years, Clover. Like that's the thing.
My body feels like it.
Honestly, you've been going, going, going. That's a lot of what the industry people. It's just like, yeah, you go, and it's just like
Mhm.
feels like it, but yeah, the body, it's done.
Uh, yeah, actually, I could probably get into that a little bit later. I have quite a bit of things about me that actually led to unfortunate circumstances and how my body is now. And it
Oh,
actually has to do with a music festival.
oh, a music festival. Okay,
Yeah.
then. Well, if we're talking music festivals, then what has been your favorite music festival that you've been to then?
Oh, I've worked at Welcome to Rockville down in Orlando,
Yep,
or sorry, Daytona.
yep.
Um, and I was there because I had asked Craig Mabbitt if I could come and do some photos for him for Escape the Faith. And I was running, I was booking it. I had missed like the open window right before he got on stage because I was booking it because it's so packed down there. I think that genuinely has to be like one of my favorite festivals if I'm not dying from the heat. um, that I think that one holds more of like a homey feeling because
Mm.
since I grew up in Savannah, Georgia, that was like the closest metal festival there was. And that's when they used to have it in Jacksonville, Florida, not Daytona. So it was a lot closer, but it always held a lot closer to my heart. So,
Yeah, I got to do Welcome to Rockville a few years ago with that tour package as well too, and that was
oh,
my first time seeing how big that festival was because I've known about it for who knows how long, and I didn't realize
yeah.
it's as big as like Coachella and that, like
Yeah.
100,000 people. I'm like, this is so massive. Why is this so damn massive?
It's the whole speedway
I
minus the
know.
track. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, you can add the track because that's how all the artists are getting around too.
Yep, they're basically running around with the carts and it's just like,
Yep.
wow, like it's insane. Damn.
Yeah, I think that one. I think that one has to be my favorite one. But also, I don't know if it's being biased. It's also the only one I think I've honestly gone to that's not the I'm probably gonna butcher how you say it. I think it's New England Rock Metal Fest. I think that's how you say it.
I have no idea that one actually.
It used to be a thing for a while back, like a couple years ago, and then they had a show. When was that? 2023, I want to say. And it was like one of their first shows that they've had in forever. And I think
Hmm.
the headliner was Lamb of God and like Hatebreed and a whole bunch of other people.
Damn. Okay, I was stacked.
Oh yeah.
Damn. Jeez. I was supposed to a few years ago, do you remember Blue Ridge?
Yes.
I was supposed to do that year for the last year before Blue Ridge, like that bad year.
That's funny. I was supposed to too. So I applied on the
Mhm.
like creator page,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm just gonna take a risk. I've
Yeah.
only been doing this for like a year and a half. I was like, I'm gonna take the risk. And then I was just sitting there and I got an email. It's like, you've been accepted. And I'm like, what? um, and then I had just gotten off that first ever tour, and then I'm hearing all the stuff, and like I'm also like I didn't make a lot, and I won't name who, but I had
Mhm.
the worst time on that tour.
Mm.
Um, and so I was just kind of like, I don't really want to do this now.
Yeah.
I ended up actually passing the photo credentials over to my good buddy Christian, also aka the guy from the pit.
Yeah,
He's
we love Christian.
yeah.
Oh, I got to see Christian recently. Oh, I miss him a ton.
I know he's such a sweetie.
It's so nice. Yeah, yeah, he was telling me about Blue Ridge. Like, he was texting me about, like, what was going on there. I'm like, dude, this is insane. Like, yeah, it was like, they were hoeing and humming with me. I was the last one that they were gonna approve, but they said no, just last minute, because I'm from Canada. They're like, we don't know if we want to bring you or not,
Mm.
but that's why they just were like, we're not gonna risk it, but maybe next year. And then look at where we're at.
Next year.
There is no next year now.
Oh man.
Damn.
That was crazy. That was so crazy to like read about. I had so many friends who were attending and they were just like SOS, SOS. Apparently my really good friend Leanne, she ended up having a couple of people make concerts in like the I think the parking lot, and then that became a thing where like people couldn't get out of the parking lot and I was like,
We were creating a concert and breaking havoc at Blue Ridge. Let's go.
no.
Oh my goodness. And then the bathroom situation and everything and the water situation there too. It's just been it was a whole entire thing.
I can imagine that. I'm kind of glad it's not a thing anymore, especially if it was that bad.
Right? Yeah. Don't get it. But uh-huh. So what are probably the main things that most people don't realize for say someone doing merch for artists and bands then, Kayla?
Hmm. It it honestly, at least for me, it like the since I do the merch and the photo, it's just a little stressful.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of people that aren't on that side that like are actually the customers, I find they have a weird like way they come up to the merch table. And
Mhm.
that's not everyone.
Yeah.
It's a couple people. Like you'll have a couple people who will just like stand there and ask if they can come backstage, and it's like we can't do that. You
Yeah.
know, like i I can't just text the band members. I can't give you like their information. Like I'm glad you love them, but the amount of times I've been asked and then the amount of times like I've had people like asking me personal things, like too personal things, it's like it can get overwhelming. Your
Oh yeah.
social battery dies very, very fast.
Yeah.
So if you like, let's say if you are someone that is coming up and buying, like if you are seeing that we're slowly dying mentally, our social batteries are just so dead because like I don't think a lot of people remember that like a tour is usually like maybe a day or two off in between like 3 days in a row. So
Yeah.
it's not that we're trying to be rude, and we're also not trying to be rude about like the prices. We have the price match, unfortunately.
Mhm.
Um, and it's like I wish I could do more. I wish I could just make little goodie bags, but I can't. But and I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit snappy. I promise I'm not trying to be.
I love it. I love it. Hey, I wish everyone got goodie bags for merch. That would be amazing. Man. And also people need to realize too there's venue merch cuts too cuz people
Yes.
we can't, like, it depends on where you go. You have to look at your local venues about that too. But like a lot of time, bands have to deal with that, and that's why the merch is that price, right?
And it can be just so high. Like those
Hmm.
merch cuts are crazy sometimes. Like they're on this
What's
last
yeah?
tour.
What's the
Uh,
highest that you've seen then?
oh God. I think I've seen uh like a I don't know if it's a lot. I'm trying to remember because I have been off tour for a hot minute now.
Hmm.
I think I've seen like a 30-40%.
Oh, 40?
I can't remember where that was exactly, but I remember being like, is this right? Like this doesn't seem right. um and then like that goes on top of just like shirts and stuff because it's not only putting tax on shirts, it's also putting tax on hard stuff too, like CDs and
Shit.
hats and patches and stuff like that,
Yeah.
so it can be a lot after a while.
Oh, and you were saying what was this last tour that you've seen?
Oh, yeah. So there's something that always gets me when it comes to certain merch cuts. So I try to be as accurate as I can be, you know. Um, and I remember the last show on this last tour. I did not make a lot. I always don't tend to make a lot at this venue, even though it is like a legendary venue.
Hmm.
Um, and it's not just like because of the band or anything. It tends to be that the people that go to these shows are primarily there for the headliner, so not a lot of people come and buy as much merch.
Yeah.
Um, but I think I made like I can't quite remember, but it was very low. And I remember the merch cut ended up being like I had to give them $11, and they were fighting me for $11. I was like, "Can we just keep it? Like we did not make enough." And he was like, "No, no, you can't." And I was like, "It's $11." He was like, "No, no."
Damn. $11. That's the same joke where bands are like, "Yo, we get a check from Spotify for only like 2 cents, $2." It's just like, why are you giving $11 at this point?
Yeah, right. And then at the end of it, he tried to give it back, and we're like, "Dude, you fought us so hard on trying to get it. Why are you trying to give it back now?"
I think we had that once for our thing too, where it's like, yeah, we barely made any merch, and then they're like, "Oh, we need to take it," and then by the end of
Yeah.
the night, yeah, they're like, "Oh, sorry, you guys are actually cool. Let's give it." Like, what?
You already took it. Now I
Who
feel like we're getting it back.
who takes backsies? I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Jeez. So what about for like what do people not realize for say photography now for touring with bands? Like what are some things that they just probably most people don't realize about that too?
Um, lighting can be so rough sometimes, and then also I get the occasional like when I'm like actively like running around, like let's say it's a place that has like a balcony or something. um I get so many times where I am actively doing something and people are like, take my photo, take my
Yep.
photo. And
Yep.
I'm like, I can't. Like, you're not going to see it. Like, unless like you're a crowd surfer or something, like, I'll take photos for that. I like
Mhm.
capturing the moments. But if you're like just solemnly wanting a picture of you, it's like, you can come ask me later. I'll take it on my phone, but I don't, it's gonna go nowhere, you know?
Yeah.
Like
It's
the band's not gonna want one photo like that, and then um I don't know who you are. How am I gonna get it back to you? Um Also, running around being a photographer too is a straight workout sometimes.
mhm. Mhm.
I feel like sometimes you'll see me just like a sweaty mess and I'm just like I can't breathe. um but no, it's very fun. I love it. I love capturing like the bands. I love capturing the moments. I love seeing the band see their fans and then capturing that moment, especially like on the last tour. I wasn't the photographer for Eva Under Fire, but I just
Mhm.
remember being like, dang, I wish I was so I could have got this moment because she has a song called Heroin.
Mhm.
Um, and all the people in the crowd, they were like, "I'm not your heroine," and I was like, that was just so cute, and you could actively tell that Amanda was like about to cry. Like you could hear it in her voice, and it was just so cute.
That's amazing. I love hearing those moments with bands. It's just like that connection with the band and everything. Like what I think I got to go see Against the Current, I think 2 months ago, and got to see Chrissy and everything. This was my first time seeing them and everything, and I was like maybe first or second row, and then first song I'm like eyes locked in with Chrissy. We were singing with the first song. I'm like,
Oh,
this is amazing. I love this. It's so
I
cool. It's
love
those little
it.
moments, right?
No, exactly, because like I know it's kind of teetering off the question, but it's like I just love like seeing those moments or being the person that's having those moments is because like there's certain bands that have made me honestly feel like me or made me feel more just heard without them even listening to me,
Yeah.
just because of like their music and the things I've gone through, and being able to listen to those things live and seeing them live, it's just like it's a whole other experience. And some people are just like, it's just a concert. It's like it's not just a concert. It's like these songs, like they resonate, you know? And
That's
like just because like some people find them silly, or they're like, I can't understand what they're saying because they're screaming. It's like, no, I do.
yeah, they have all everyone has their own band, their own moment, their special moment that gets the like for me, it's Nickelback. Like I grew up with Nickelback. It was
Yeah.
my full circle moment when I got to capture them at the time. Like you
Uh
probably have that as well too for like a certain band that you grew up with and you're like, yes, I can't believe I'm seeing them. I can't believe I'm capturing them, right?
yes, actually, yes. So this tattoo, so this part is called it's like a little skeleton hand holding a
Mm-hmm.
person's hand, and then under the moon, and then down here is open letter.
Yeah.
So the Enmity Affliction is probably one of my all-time favorite bands, and so I resonate really hard with these two songs. So I got the kind of like the beginning of the song where it's like, I held Dust's hands this evening,
Mm-hmm.
um because he's holding Dust's hands under the moon.
Oh.
And then I got the open letter as like, it's not open, but to open the letter, you know.
Oh, that's smart. That's cool.
Yeah. And I've got to photograph them a couple of times in different spots, but the most recent time I saw them was at Summer of Loud down in West Palm Beach. And I was going through quite a bit, and I got to see them, and I got to take photos of them, and it's probably some of my most favorite photos I've taken of them personally, and oh, it just meant a lot.
Oh, I love that. What? Okay, I want your opinion. Is here if you did this. For me, I did this, but did you cry at all when you were taking photos?
Oh man, I try so hard not to, but there are some times where like he'll sing a certain lyric, and I'm just like, oh no, don't do it, Glover, don't do it.
Yeah, yeah, I got that. Like it was like first or second song for me for Nickel. I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. What am I doing? It happens. It happens to the best of us.
I feel like that would be me if I ever got to actually take photos of Motionless in White Life.
Right?
They're my
Oh.
second all time favorite.
I'll say it. They're a great band, very great
Oh.
band live. Amazing band, really cool.
Mhm.
I'm excited to see them again. Was it the end of this year? End of this year, I get
Oh,
to see them again.
yeah. They have that first and second leg going on.
Yeah, no, not that. I'm gonna see them with Bring Me.
Oh,
The
that's
Bring,
even cooler.
the Bring Me tour.
Oh, man. Bring Me is probably another one I would actually cry live to, just because that's one of those bands that I've been listening to like since I was a
Mm,
teeny tiny
dang.
teenager.
Yeah, I just got into Bring Me. What is it? I think just before COVID. Yeah, before
Oh,
COVID, it was like around high school wise. It was when Ammo dropped. That's when I
ah,
just figured out about Bring Me. I'm like, oh, this is a band. This is pretty cool.
they're so good. I remember the first time I like started listening to them. I don't know where this was, but there was this t-shirt at like a metaphysical store, which is kind of silly. But they sold band t-shirts in the back. And it I got one of those, those like old school scene t-shirts where they have like the weird like little monsters on them and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, they had this bright yellow shirt with like this three-eyed character with like a big mouth, and I think there was like a couple worms coming out of it, and I was like, I loved that shirt so much, and I wish I still had it to this day. I have no idea where it went,
No
but
way.
that I can just remember that memory of like listening to them and everyone be like, wow, that shirt's weird. Just be like, I love it.
Sick. Amazing. I love that. I love those stories. Any
Mhm.
story I like. It's amazing.
I also secretly kind of snuck behind it wasn't technically behind stage. It was behind a wall, and then there I was.
Use the
But
behind a
that's
wall on a wall.
yeah. And I was standing on a tractor because it was at the Big E, which was very weird, by the way, but it was really cool. The Big E is this big fair carnival that happens in Massachusetts. And for some reason, Bring Me the Horizon was one of the people that were there as one of the bands. And so they sold out. They sold out fast. Um, and so I was on a ride and I was like, wait a minute, I can see the stage from here. And so I saw a couple of people like go behind the little fence. And so I was like, let me just try. And so I stood there and I watched like the entire set. It was really cool. I got to see him come out of his trailer with his bandmates. I got to see him get ready. Like, Ollie, please don't hate me if you ever see this.
Hey, maybe one day he'll be like, damn, that's a fun moment memory. You
It
never
was
know.
very cool.
You never know. That's the thing about what I've done with this stuff and also in general with photography and in general for content or anything. Um, it's just someone will see it.
Mhm.
Someone will talk to you or be like, yo, I remember that moment. That happened. Right?
Yeah. That memory, even though like I couldn't go to the show, I think about it dearly because it was like I'm getting to hear these songs for the first time ever live. It's at a fair.
Yeah.
And so like you already have like all the bright lights, the fun fair, like you're just it was just fun. It was just very different than going to like a concert and seeing
Yeah.
it.
Bring me at a fair. That's so random.
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah, that was same thing for me when I got to actually do Breaking Benjamin a few years ago. They were at a fair too, and it's just like, this is so different. It's weird, but it's cool. I love that. So someone asked, what's it like for a photographer on tour for the day at life then for that then? Like what is your like is it a bit different than merch, like from waking up to the end of the day then, basically?
I so personally, I haven't done just a like photography role. I've
Mm,
always been merch and
yeah.
photo. Just because it's kind of easier for
Mm,
smaller bands because they get like a two in one.
sure.
Um the day in the life though, um I I'm pretty I'm pretty not the best with like how I should spend my time, but at least the way that I spend my time is that let's say this is like post show and we have a show this day.
Yeah.
um so I'll wake up. Usually by the time I'm awake, our bus driver had already drove through the night. He's already gotten us to the next place we need to be, or at least the next like city we need to be before we get to the venue.
Yeah.
Because half the time the doors for bands themselves, they don't open until like 5-ish, for like load ins and like sound checks and stuff like that. um, usually I'll wake up and we're at a Planet Fitness. The best thing to wake up to, I swear, because you can get up, you can go and you can get a workout in if you want. You can go in, you can get showered, feel refreshed from that night. Because sometimes having like the amount of people that are in the room making it all humid just kind of makes you feel icky, and you don't really get the shower at the end unless there is a shower in a venue. If there is, woo. Because they also sometimes have washers and dryers, which is very
Right.
crazy, and I love it. um But yeah, you go in, get washed, get ready. I tend to do my hair and makeup because I try to do myself up on tour, just because there is a bunch of people around me, and then if I am taking photos, I try to think like, oh, I'm probably gonna be on some of these photos too.
Mhm.
Um, and then I usually have about an hour to spare before we get to the venue. So my favorite thing is I like to walk around, see what local coffee shops there are, and like what little things I can like go into for free. What like monuments are around, just things like that, and then get to the venue, and then as I said like earlier, set up, do my thing, take
Hmm.
photos, come back, then we get back to the trailer. I probably have just enough time to eat. If not, then we're pretty much packing it up, leaving to the next town, because some of these towns can be like 10 hours, 14
Ooh.
hours, 4 hours, um and then if it is like I have time, I'll go and I'll try to get a late bite. But if I can't, my favorite thing in the world, which is probably everyone else's favorite thing in the world when it comes to being on tour, Bucky's.
Let's go. Good answer.
Buc-
Good answer.
Bucky's, I swear, I love you. You keep me fed because you got hot food all night.
Good answer. Amazing answer. We love this answer.
Uh,
Amazing.
but yeah, I'll eat my Bucky's. I'll try to get unready in the bus, which is also, if you guys have never gotten unready in a bus, it's like while it's moving, the best like way to like describe it is just put yourself like on your camera and then shake your phone, because that's all you see in the mirror.
Oh no. Oh no.
Like, you trying to look at yourself in the camera is how I see myself in the mirror.
Oh no.
It's just bumpy, and it's fun. It's fun. It feels like a roller coaster sometimes. And then yeah, I'll get into like wherever I'm sleeping on the bus, and then I'll edit the photos as much as I can before I pass out, because I'm exhausted from the social battery. Um, and then yeah, that's pretty much my life when it comes
I
when I'm on tour.
I hope that you're not motion sickness, Clover, because that's just
Uh-uh.
it's brutal then.
It can be brutal. Luckily, not that I can think of. I don't think I'm motion. I don't think I get motion sickness. So
That's good. Cause then you would have been like, damn, this bus ain't cut out for me then.
honestly, oh, you know what? To kind of add to that in my own way, sometimes it like, depending on if this is for you or not. Being like being on the road is such a rewarding thing, but it does take some out of you. Like if you are doing merch, or if you are continuously talking to people, again, that social battery goes down quite a bit, and you can handle you know how much that you can handle. Sometimes you have to continue because you can't just like walk away from a merch booth, or you can't just like do certain things like go sit in your room and lay down for a while. Like, you can't just like do that. I haven't personally been on a tour where I get my own bunk. So uh it's hard. I can't just like close the curtain, and then you still have the people in your band are still talking. But just there does come a point where like you'll be done with the show, and everyone else like on the tour bus is like just yapping or doing their own thing, and you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
So just as long as you can handle that, and just kind of like find your way of like meditating and calming yourself down, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. It took me like halfway through the tour when I did my tour 2 years ago, and it was just like, yeah, it does get overwhelming. It's just like, yeah, there's constant talking and all this stuff, and it's just like it gets overwhelming. You need a mental break at some point, and then you
Hmm.
try to find some window wise of like a little leverage. Like for you, for that 1 hour of just going around on yourself
Yep.
around that town, that's probably your great mental space of just
Uh,
like, okay, I could actually take a break of everyone here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It sure is. That's honestly why I like to do it. Like it's sometimes it's scary to like walk around a town by yourself. So if I end up making like a really close buddy on the tour, I
Mhm.
will be like, "Hey, can you come like walk with me to the coffee shop or something
Yeah.
like that?" Just so that way I have like a little bit of protection.
Hmm.
Um but other than that, yeah. My also my big thing before like like doors open when I'm setting up that merch. I love to just pop in some headphones and be like, if you need me, just tap me
Yep.
because I'm just gonna listen to my music and I'm just gonna zone out while everyone's like doing their thing.
While they're doing their thing, I'm working. I need to be like in the zone. I'm
Hmm.
listen to the good old, I don't know, Big Time Rush. I don't know. Hey, that just thought it in my head. Let's go, Big Time Rush. Yeah. So, who has been your favorite band you've worked with so far? You would say Clover.
Probably working with Craig. I know it isn't
Yeah.
just well, technically it was his band Dead Rabbit, but again, we had the Stitch Apart crew on it.
Yeah.
Uh, I adored him. He was just like always there, always making sure like everyone was good. I think I was having like a rough time during that tour, just because of like personal things.
Mhm.
And I remember uh like whenever I would talk about different like pop I like, anytime we would stop at a store, Craig would just like come up and he'd be like, "Hey, I got you like two of them." Or there was a time where I think I just like was wearing my emotions a lot on my face, and I came back into the RV and Mixie from Stitched Apart and Craig Mabbitt, they were kind of being like silly, like being sneaky, and I was like, "What's going on here? I can read this very well." Apparently they were trying to do a little thing where they buy me an edible arrangement.
No way.
but
Aw.
but they couldn't because I'm allergic to mango and all they had was a mango bundle.
Oh no.
So I thought that was just genuinely the sweetest thing. I love them both, but that it cracked me up.
Just sneaking and everything, and it's just like, damn, we can't get this. And then you come here, I'm like, damn.
uh,
Nice. So
um,
who would be your dream band you hope to work with one day?
oh man, if I can say I would love to work with the Ability Affliction, I would love to, or like if I could do some stuff with like Motionless in White, just like even just like being on that tour package, I don't want to say lose my mind, but I would actually be like, wow, 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 wow.
It's like, damn, what am I here? Like, this is amazing.
Yeah. Um, like I said, like those bands mean a lot to me. So if that ever was brought up, like I could go and do that, that would feel like, oh wow, I feel like I've like personally made it in my own little way. So
Yeah. Well, if you ever see Motionless in White in the next year, so I know their merch girl Rachel, she's super down to earth, super nice. I love Rachel to death. So if you see Motionless in White, talk to Rachel. She's down to earth, and that's all I can say. It's a great camp. Motionless in White is a very nice camp.
I love that. I love when bands and they take their actual crew and they don't just like view just the members of the band as their family, but they view the entire camp as their family. Oh, I adore that.
Yeah, there's quite a few bands that are like that, and it's just like this is very homey. I love this.
Hmm.
You don't see that much, but it's when you see it, it's nice.
It is. I've definitely been with uh, a band that didn't make me feel wanted at all. So it's that's something I think I really like about this band that I'm about to go out with is that they're so big about like wanting everyone to feel accepted, wanting everyone to just feel the same and like not feel like anyone's being taken advantage of or
Mhm.
anyone feeling like they don't belong. Like they genuinely are like, if you're part of our team, you're part of our family. And I really love that.
Nice. I love that. How did you get to shoot for the band before?
The one that I'm going out.
Yeah, Ava and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were actually on this tour, this last tour that I was
Mhm.
on. And we I started talking to them because sometimes I'm a little shy when it comes to being around different bands. I think just people in general that I don't
Yeah.
know. I can be a little bit shy sometimes. Um, but I just remember, I think there was a couple of venues where like our merch boxes, since there was what, four people on the bill, sometimes the merch areas just aren't big enough.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Darren Green, host of The Darren Green Show, your weekly pop culture podcast and media series hosted by internet personality, yours truly. This show focuses on entertainment news, celebrity gossip, music updates, social media drama, and reality TV discussions, essentially serving as a lively roundup of what's trending in pop culture news. If you like what you hear, check out The Darren Green Show at your preferred podcast platform, or you can just check me out on YouTube. Talk to you soon.
Um, And so there was a couple of boxes that were just like way too big, or like we had to share space, or we had to find ways to like put all of our stuff together. So I just got to start talking to them, and I learned about who they were, and I learned that Amanda is just like pretty much how I explained how she just loves like what she does. Um, and I really appreciated that. And then I did this like tiny little recap video, and I was just it's not anything good. It was me just being kind of spooked and like standing in the corner being like, let me just get a little something for you, you know. um because I don't want to ever overstep when it comes to like other bands.
Yeah.
I always try to ask permission if I can take photos, but for some reason the way that the merch area was, and then the stage and all the people, I was like, this is cool, I wanted to get that. um so I got it, and they were really appreciative of it. And eventually they did drop off the bill, and I was just like, wow, I missed them.
Aw.
And yeah, I just ended up gaining a relationship with them through just a little bit of time that we were together. And apparently they really liked my stuff, and they were like, why don't you come out with us?
Aw, that's
So
amazing.
yeah.
Aw, that's sweet. And I was gonna lead up to that. It's like, okay, for someone that's just starting for say either photography or for merch, like how would you say for them to get started then, Clover?
Ooh. A good thing that I did that kind of got me in positions that I've been in, for like getting on tours, or
Hmm.
being able to like get certain shows, is do not be afraid to reach out to band members. Sometimes it's a little harder to reach out to like the band page, because more people tend to follow the band page than the people in the band, even though they will follow the people in the band. um I found that like DMing them a couple weeks before like they're about to hit your town or something, is that you just message them like, hey, I'm new to this, I would love to come out and photograph you guys. It would help build my portfolio. And half the time they do read it. And then you just follow up with them, make sure that they remember to put your name down, or that they remember to put it in the tour master, um or sorry, master tour. And that you just do that. And I did that over and over. I built like a thing where I would do that a couple weeks beforehand, and I would tend to get those passes. And then don't feel like afraid to become friends with these people too. Because I've met some of my best friends just being fans, or being a fan, and then like photographing them and being like, thank you, and like, can I do this again? Or like while I'm at the show after they get off, I'm like, I really appreciate this, I would love to like photograph you guys anytime like you come out. It's honestly just like connection.
Yeah.
It's a lot of connection based things, at least from what I've been through.
Hmm.
Other people have different ways, but for me it was making connections with those people, and then kind of building my reputation when it came to my photos, or getting stuff out in time, joining a publication. That is good. Like honestly, join a publication. Once you start doing it, you can get more shows that way because whoever the publication owner is, they'll email the people who get like to the band to get you on the list and stuff. And then you make show reviews. Those go and people look at them. They find your page and so on and so forth.
So forth. Exactly. Okay, so I've been getting this also too from people. It's like, okay, how do I find a publication and that kind of stuff? It's just like I know there's some, but like even then, it's hard to find a publication. I feel like now.
Weirdly enough, yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
is. Unless like you know where to look, like you don't really see them as much.
Hmm.
So what I, or at least what I did at the time being, is that whenever I saw a photographer, um sometimes they'll put their publication that they're with in their bio. And so I would contact that publication, and then through them I'd be like, "Hey, could I potentially join, like to grow my stuff and like, potentially work with you guys, make articles, do this." And if they said no, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's totally okay. Would you happen to know any other publications like that would be willing or just starting to build up?" And then I tend to find out whenever you follow a certain amount of things on any social platform, you start getting pushed those things like in the who you should follow. So you'll start seeing those like randomly pop up sometimes too.
Yeah, it's weird how Instagram and social media has changed the last few years. I'm like
Yeah.
giving out on the algorithm. Sometimes it works, sometimes like I've had maybe the last year or two. I think me and was it I don't know if you know Trevor from Fifth King, his the photographer. Yeah,
Oh wait,
him.
no. Sorry. I was
Oh,
thinking of someone else.
yeah, but me and him have been going back and forth because social media, we just the odd time we don't get pushed for posts or anything, and even stories. It's like, okay, maybe only 20 people see it. Oh, now we get 50 people. Maybe it's 100. Maybe it's that. That's the problem with social media too.
Yeah. It's very weird. And then like I remember back in the day you were able to add as many hashtags as you wanted. I think now you can add like five,
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
only like 5 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so to go back to what I said earlier too, is that the fan pages are so clutch sometimes, especially if like if you just took some photos for fun, they'll still take. And that's
True.
how you can build like a following, and that's how some of the people who follow me, it's like they said that they found me from is again those ghost pictures. I also just recently did March Madness where 21 Pilots was playing. And so I took photos for them and I tagged like as many 21 Pilot pages as I could, and they went crazy.
I forgot
Like,
21 Pilots has a lot of fan pages. I forgot.
oh yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
cool.
Um, but yeah, they went crazy. Like I had people like taking the photos and like putting them all over the like uh Twitter pages
Oh yeah.
or like the Reddit pages and stuff like that. And it was like crazy because I was like just scrolling down and I was like, "Oh, that's my photo." So yeah.
Yeah, I only had a few of my photos hit like Twitter fan pages. I'm like, this is the point where I'm like, damn, I've made it. I've hit Twitter fan pages. Let's
Yeah.
go. It's
Oh
cool.
man.
What
Yeah,
is
no, the 21 Pilots ones were probably the craziest for me, especially with how big the fan base is, because like I went to go get this tattoo for my birthday, and the
yeah.
tattoo artist, somehow we got on the topic of the 21 Pilot photos, and she was like, "Can I see them?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" She was like, "I've already seen these."
That's
So that was really
amazing.
cool.
That's cool. Okay, that's really cool. It hit someone else's scene. It's just like, it's you. I
Yeah.
had that actually with a photographer when I went to Vancouver one time and I was taking photos and I met another photographer. We already followed each other and then I'm like,
Oh.
oh, my name is Mikey and and then we exchanged and we're like, oh, let's follow each other. And I'm like, I'm already following you. It's like, what? That happens. It's cool. Yeah. I went so random now. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so as someone who has toured with, yes, a band and say in this creative merch seller right now that is, say, a merch seller or a photographer's itching to get back on the road, what keeps you motivated even though tough times of like, I don't know, when will you get that next call? Like for you, like when was that next call of like you're going to go out on tour right now and you probably were in a waiting game, right?
Yeah. Um, Luckily this tour kind of happened very fast. Like I
Okay.
was literally sitting in the airport in LA, I think it was LAX, and that's when Amanda had called me and was like, "Hey, we're about to do this summer slash like fall tour. Like, would you like to come out with us? Like, I know we already kind of talked about like you working with us and things like that." And I was like, "Yes, yes, 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 yes." But the in betweens when they're not like that, it can feel weird
Yeah.
because you're so used to just like like being and again you're so used to being around people and having that battery lowered that you don't realize that you honestly love it. You don't realize how much you miss it until you're not on tour. So when you get off tour and you don't have all those people around you all day, or you don't have your little community of your tour around you all day, it can feel almost like melancholy a little bit. Like
Melancholy?
I like not necessarily sad, just kind of like a hollow feeling, like you're like I
Oh.
miss them and I don't really know like what the next opportunity is. Um because at least for me, I never really have anything lined up after,
Yeah.
which I need to start doing. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm to that position yet where like I can get tours back to back to back.
Yeah.
Um, so what I try to do is I try to see what like smaller local bands are playing, or like who's about to go on tour on a package that I really like and I know they don't have someone, maybe they need someone, maybe their person that like they usually use can't come out. So I'll just take a risk and message those bands and be like, "Hey, just throwing this out here if you ever need it or you may need it now. Um I would love to come on this tour. I've had XYZ experience when it came to certain tours I've been on or worked with certain bands. So if you ever need me, just hit me up." And that kind of works, honestly. Or you could even like talk or find like a manager and see if they have any bands that they're trying to push out. Maybe they need someone because
Yeah.
they're about to do a tour too. So
Yeah.
um, it's a weird little just waiting period.
Yeah.
So, but once you get it, you get like so excited and you're just
Right.
like, I can't wait.
Yeah, I just want like there's certain people that are like yeah in the between stage. It's just like we need a motivation. What do we do in between right now of this waiting
Mhm.
period? Because sure, you reach out to all these bands, reach out to these artists. So it's like sure, maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't, or we won't get any call. It's just like okay, what
Yeah.
keeps me motivated, right?
Yeah, and like that can be also just a really hard thing is that in between because it's like okay, well, since I'm not working with a tour, what am I supposed to do now? Because
Mm,
not a lot of jobs will just like let you take like big leaves, or they won't let you tour at all.
true.
So it's hard sometimes coming home if you don't have like that stable position where like your work will like let you do this. Or um heck, half the people that I've toured with, they do like remote jobs. um
Mm,
so they're working while also about to work more at night, and it's like
damn,
I applaud you. That's a
that
lot.
that's crazy. That's actually impressive to them.
Yeah, I
Ugh.
yeah, I was impressed. The band that I was just with, the lead singer, she impressed me.
Mm,
Like she she does like I think it's like a cybersecurity thing, and so like she's doing that while on the road, or cyber defense, something like that. But she does that while on the road, and it's like she's doing that. She's saving like saving people or like saving things, and then here she is singing at night. It's like, who are you?
She's a hero. Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
That's sick. I've never heard that one before. Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah.
No way. Yeah, who was I talking? There was one artist I was talking to recently, but yeah, they were just right now in that middle stage of like, hey, there's no tour right now. Of course, it's a band, but like, yeah, the most of the bands I've talked to, it's just like, yeah, Uber Eats or like
Yeah.
Walmart, that kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
cashier kind of stuff, or maybe certain like Instacart kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. When I first started, before I moved to Indiana, I was a bartender for a while, and I happened to work at a really cool bar that was really music based, anyways.
Yeah.
So they were really like, they were very giving when it came to like my schedule. I think the guy, if I'm remembering right, he used to do like some type of thing for Warped Tour back in the day. So he was just like, "Yeah, go live your dream," and I was like, "Okay."
No way. Okay, that's a sick boss. Shout out to that guy.
I know. I miss you, Sean.
Oh my goodness. I should have went back on this when we talked this through, but favorite snack on the road.
Favorite snack? Oh my gosh. Oh, I love trail mix when it's not melting in the heat. You can get just so much like energy, because and you can get your sweet and your salty, and it's just, I don't know, it's just really nice.
Yeah. Sweet and salty is really good. That's the thing. Wait,
And
are
then
you
there's
okay? Did you get a lot of Uncrustables on tour or no?
no. I,
What?
I haven't done the Uncrustable. I know I had a friend who was doing that. For me, I think my favorite thing was to get those like Power Bowl, like what are they called? They're like the frozen meals, like the healthy one choice meals. Cause like sometimes I don't want to eat a lot, or like I want to eat very like I try to eat as healthy as I can. Like they may not be the healthiest things, but
Yeah.
they're still like good. So like they're very nice because you can get like a full meal out of those and just pop them in the microwave.
No way. Cool. Huh. I went, of course, the Bucky's and everything,
Um,
but the main thing for me, like late night stuff, this was my first time touring across America, so this is amazing. It was eye opening, and how you guys have for like restaurants and
oh,
gas stations
yeah.
and everything. And it's just like, whoa, Bucky's is amazing. It's cool. But I got shown this first time, and I did not know about this until when I did it, was Sheets.
Oh, sheets, yeah.
Sheets and the Wawa, and I'm like, what is this stuff?
Wawa. I love me a Wawa. We just got our first one here in my town. I was really surprised.
I didn't get to witness Wawa, but I got to witness a Sheets though.
I know this is gonna draw up some stuff, but I love Wawa. I would much rather have a Wawa than a Sheets. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I was around those more than anything else. They're even in where I lived in Florida. They was like literally right in front of the apartment I lived in. There's just something that's like so nice about like their coffee bar, and then they're also like the only place in my small town that has like food all night or coffee all night. So it's really nice.
Damn, I need to go to a Wawa one of these days. One of these days. Well, basically, our Wawa and Sheets is 7-Eleven here in Canada.
I yeah, I'm trying to think if I ever saw anything in Canada. I I am, however, I might be a little biased, but I do love me a Tim Hortons.
Okay, you're good. You're fine. That's the thing. It's hit or miss for people. That's the thing about Tim Hortons. Like, I'll tell you this: the coffee is terrible though. But get the McDonald's coffee if you're in Canada, because that was the old Tim Hortons recipe.
I didn't know that.
So McDonald's bought Tim Hortons recipe, and that's what happened with the whole entire fiasco in coffee in Canada. So if you ever have McDonald's coffee in Canada, it's old Tim Hortons recipe.
Dang, I didn't know that. That's interesting though. Yeah, I think the first time I ever visited McDonald's in Canada was up in where was that? Montreal. And so I was I was struggling. um but I just remember like being like, wow, why do they have so much more like cool stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. At the time when what was it? I went to the States with even a family member. We're like, oh, let's go to McDonald's, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, there's barely anything on the menu here in
Yeah.
America at the
It
time.
was it was crazy. Yeah, I think I went during like breakfast time and there's just like so much maple like breakfast stuff and I was like, "Oh man, I would much rather have this."
Maple, all the maple bacon and all that. We love it.
Mhm.
What has been your favorite tour moment for you on the road, you would say?
Oh oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know what I can and can't say like um I um there the when I went out with Stitched Up Heart, the headliner was Steel Panther.
Oh,
Um, and if you know anything about Steel Panther, is that
they're fun.
they're fun. um, this is I don't know if I can say some of their song lyrics or song names because they're a
Sure.
little vulgar.
Yep.
Um, but they have this song. Uh, I'll say it if you want to. You can bleep it out.
Yep.
They have a song called Weenie Ride,
Oh yeah.
and um, I they have this person that they find in the crowd, and they have them come up. They're the Weenie Ride girl, which is so silly to say. Oh my god. Um, so they'll do that, and then there's a part in the song. I think it's wait, is it the same song? It might be a different song actually. Now that I think about it, but
Hmm.
regardless, they bring a person up to the stage, and during the song, you're sitting on there. Michael Starr, he's serenading you. He's just like da 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 da. He's like right there. Um, so we were in Austin, Texas at a venue called Emos. Also, rest in peace, Emos. You're about to be shut down, and I'm so sad. Um, but we were there, and this place I'm pretty sure was sold out, and it's a big venue. So we're all just watching the show. I'm back in the back selling merch, doing my thing. And then all of a sudden, I have Mixie. She's like tapping me. She's like, "Hey, hey, come on, come on, come on, come on here." And so she wanted me to come stand side stage. I ended up being the person that they found.
No.
Um, so God, I have not found the video yet. I would love to, but there were so many people in this place, and these bright like spotlights are on me. So he brings me up, he puts me and sits me on the little stool. I'm there. He's right here. He's serenading me, and I'm just looking at him, and it's so like overwhelming, and like those stage lights are hot. I don't know how people do it. Um, and then like since it was so hot, like my makeup started melting, so I'm just like this the entire time. I'm like, oh god.
So people
Um,
were thinking you were crying.
so he's right here, and I look up at him like this, and this is the first time I've ever heard this man choke on his lyrics. So yeah, I was the person, and at this point in the song, this is why they bring a person up to the stage, but they're like, please, 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 can I see your um and
Hmm.
so I was like, mm-mm, no, I'm not doing that. um and then they he just he just kept singing, and then after that I tried like booking it off the stage, but they were like, no, 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 you have to stay on for the I think their song is called like 18 Girls in a Row or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
And so they bring up a whole bunch of girls to come dance on stage behind everyone. And so I kind of just like snuck behind the drummer Decker, and I was just like, I'm just gonna sit here. Don't mind me. I don't want to dance. I can't dance. So that was a very very fun, very a moment that's gonna live in my head. Or there's another one which is really cutesy. It was that I believe we were actually in Montreal. when this happened, but it was Easter, and I don't think we had a show this day, but the Easter Bunny was out in the mall, and we this mall had a really nice Planet Fitness attached, so we just like did our thing. But we had this bright idea that since we were the dead rabbits and we had the bunny mask, we were going to go take pictures in the bunny mask with the Easter bunny. And I actually have a framed photo of it. um, so let me see if I can grab it. Let me see if I can grab it for you. It's somewhere in here.
I would have said, oh, you probably caused a lot of like drama in the mall for the kids. I'm like, damn, those kids are
Oh,
probably scarred.
oh man. Yeah, we got told we couldn't wear the mask in the mall. um, but how can I turn this? Is there a way to turn it?
Maybe.
Yes, there is. Okay. So
No way.
we got everyone that was on the like in our tour to take a photo. So it's like here's me and Merritt and then Mixie and Delaney and Craig Mabbitt and Randy and then our sound guy Alex and just yeah, we had a lot of fun.
That's cute. It's sweet. I love that. Oh.
Yeah, I try to get some type of memorabilia each time. So that was a cool one to have.
Sweet. I love that. That's really nice that you do that. Like that's a good little moment to take in. And it's just like, yeah, you gotta keep those little moments, right?
Yeah, I love when I can like buy a tour poster and then everyone in the tour package signs it. I have one like that for the Lacey tour that I was on too.
That's sweet. I love that. I need to start doing that now. The only thing I usually get is like a tour, like the tour shirt, and that's it. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I need a picture, or some memorabilia for the next tour for sure.
Yeah.
Um, favorite venue for yourself that you've been to of all times?
Favorite venue. I feel like sometimes like they mix together so bad.
True.
Um, oh goodness. I honestly don't know too much. Maybe I don't know if I'm gonna butcher the name because I can't quite remember. I think it's called Starland Ballroom in Portland, Oregon. I
Okay.
think that's it. I think that's how you say it. It's really pretty. It's got like chandeliers. It's got like these big old like mural looking like but they look elegant. They it just looks really pretty. It's
Hmm.
very pretty in there. And the sound is very nice too. So
I
that's
never
probably one of my favorite.
I've never been to Portland or that side yet. It's like yes, I've been to Vancouver, but like I will love to go to Seattle, Portland one day.
Ah, yes, gotta. I used to live in Seattle for a long time. It's well worth visiting.
One of these days. I was supposed to, I think a year or two ago, but I just last minute I had another job. I'm like, damn.
Mm.
One of these days, I'm for sure gonna hit up Seattle and Portland. Be like, I need to at least see the food, see some venues, and just experience Portland or Seattle, just because
Yes.
it's cool. It's really I've heard so many cool things about
Hmm.
the cities. Um, so going back on yes, merch and everything and talking to people, what has I should have said this too earlier, but weirdest person interaction you've had for doing merch?
Oh God. I got a couple. Um, so I had one dude who brought old like modeling pictures like of the singer when they were underage and
What the
to
hell?
sign the picture. So that was a very like I I don't like this, but okay.
How
Yeah.
do you talk to security at that point? Like,
She was fine with it. She was just a little bit like this is just weird because she was beside me when she saw
okay,
this. Um so that was a very interesting one. um
yeah,
I've also had a dude who like I I think I was getting ready to pack up because I won't have like a stack of things. I'll have like one thing per item on the table. But I remember I believe we were in Omaha, Nebraska.
oh,
Actually there was two weird things that happened. um
Omaha. What are you guys doing?
um But I had a stack of posters. I believe I was putting them away. And the guy just like wanted to buy something. So I was like, okay, I'm not really paying too much mind of it because I was like, I think he's like the last person. Um, he wanted to buy said poster. I was like, okay, you could just take one off the top. And so he took it, but he took the whole stack of oh my gosh, posters, and then he booked it out the door. So our one of our drivers at the time, he went and ran after him and got all the posters back. um, and then that same night, I had this lady who continuously kept coming behind the merch booth. Please don't do this if you are watching this and you're not part like wanting to be part of like a crew and you're just like a fan. Please do not come behind the merch table.
Yeah.
Just don't. But I had this one lady. She kept trying so hard all night to get me to come home with her and her husband. And I was like, no, no, no. um,
Omaha, what are you guys doing down there?
I I've got no idea, but I was just like, okay. And I'm almost positive this was the first day of the Steel Panther tour. So it like set a tone for the rest of the people.
I'm putting Omaha on my block list now for any tour package that I get offered and be like, guys, listen, I love you guys, but I gotta cancel this place.
It was interesting for sure. Yeah. um I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can honestly remember that stood out to me. But I think those are the ones I just kind of keep on lock when it comes to like things that I remember.
I'm sorry. It's scarred for you, but it's experience, though, I guess.
It's experience. I will say if you're wanting to be a merch person, just be prepared for the stuff that you didn't think would happen probably might happen.
I guess also, have you gotten any weird interactions as well too with photography wise yet?
um, I've 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 had venue and people. So when it comes
Mhm.
to venue, there was this one venue. I believe it was in Denver, Colorado.
Hmm.
And even though I had a tour laminate, they wouldn't let me do certain things. Like
Oh,
I was like, hey, I'm with the band. I'm literally on the tour package. Like,
yeah,
I'm just trying to take pictures up here. Is that okay? And they just like were like, no, like they were being really rough about it. Like, just like, no, you can't do that. Like,
yeah,
if you want to, you have to buy a spot up here.
true.
I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, can I take it somewhere else along the balcony that's like not in the spot that you know you need to pay for? And they were just like, no,
Mhm.
like you're not with the band, like you're not a member, you can't do this. And I'm like, I'm on the I'm their photographer, what do you what? So that's a weird one that I've had. Or there's this one venue in Hollywood where you have to pay to take videos even though you're on the tour.
Right. Who's telling me this?
um
Yeah,
it's
someone told me about that.
yeah, it's at a Whiskey a Go Go,
Oh,
which
the
is
whiskey
like,
go go. Okay.
yeah, which is like, I don't know why they do that. I haven't actually looked into it.
Hmm.
But it always catches me off guard every time like I go, because like they'll stop you. They'll stop you and they'll bring you like outside and tell you like, hey, you can't take videos, like you need to buy it. Um yeah, that's always weird for me. But it's the only venue I've ever been to that does that. Um and then there's been other like photographers where like if I'm taking pictures and like um you know, you only get the first three songs like if you're not on the tour package, they kind of just look at me like, can I come up there? So I try to be as like accepting as I can because obviously you can't get a lot out of the
Yeah.
first three. You can if like you speed run it and you catch all those moments, but I try like um I've done a few things where I've been like, hey, like to security, I'm like, hey, I would like some of these photographers to, get some moments that they can't get during the first three songs, and then like if I need them to go, like I'll tell them like, hey, like kind of just back off, or like
Yeah.
go try to go in the crowd, like get some cool crowd shots. Um, but I have run into some photographers who like they're very gatekeepy. But as
Yeah.
much as I'll get into with that,
Yeah.
um, just because it's a little interesting, and that can kind of feel defeating in some way when like you're just trying to ask certain questions, but just don't let them get you.
Yeah, I've had that so many throughout the years of talking to different photographers, videographers, and yeah, there's some that are like, yeah, they're making it, but sure, they're gatekeeping, but it's just like it is what it is. It's the industry. You can't
Yeah.
really. They're getting somewhere, but even then, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah. And if I have to add, or if I can add, um, like any photographer, like if they come across this or they come across my page and they want to know how I do a certain thing, or they want to know like how I do like certain edits for colors, for like visual effects, like I am more than open. Like I would love for people to DM me and ask me, because I will, hell, I'll send you the preset.
Hell
And
yeah.
you obviously have to tweak it because our cameras aren't the same, and certain cameras can't pick up like certain things, but like I'll help you out as much as I can. Like I'm so open when it comes to that, because I, like when I first started, and sometimes even now, like I get really bad imposter syndrome, and I'm just like, I want to quit, because I'll see like I'll see some creators and I'm just like, wow, your photos are cool. I can't do that. um but I know how hard I fought with myself to get in the position where I am, and just how much like I had to work with myself to not feel the need to quit.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love for anyone to reach out and
Yeah.
like want help. I'll
Mm.
give you help.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm same boat. Like I almost actually like same boat. I almost quit last year just because I'm like, this is getting to me. Like the pasta system, am I getting enough gigs and the amounts of like people that are doing better than me? I'm like, no, don't think this.
Yeah.
Go forward with this. We're fine. But it's just like it gets to you at a certain point, right?
It does, yeah. And it can be hard, and it can be like, man, I should just sell my camera, but just don't let your mind, like don't let the bad talk in your head get to you, because at the end, like I have to take a step back and let myself be like, okay, wait, because like these people who I am like Googling over their photos for, um, it's like they started from where I am. So like if I just keep going, maybe I have someone else who's like starting, and they're looking at my stuff and they're like, wow, I want to do that. It's like we all have different steps. So just got to keep climbing the steps.
Couldn't agree more. It's all part of the climb. You know, Miley Cyrus, Miley.
Yeah.
What music have you been listening to lately, Clover?
Um, I have been listening to a lot of Conquer Divide. I love them.
Oh,
Or like I've been listening to I don't know why. I've been really getting back into listening to just like pop music, like 2000s pop music. So, um that's been fun. It just kind of makes me in like a happy dancey mood. So,
hell yeah. Nice. I've been listening to a lot of Periphery, like the new album,
ooh,
so
yeah.
much. Like it's been on repeat for me the last like maybe week or two. I'm like, I can't get it out of my head. It's in the earworm right now.
I love that. I need to start listening to a lot more of them. I've started to get more into the I don't know what the genre is called, but like the more just straight like music, no vocal style. Like
Oh, prog metal and instrumental metal.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say like Animals as Leaders or something like that. Like I've been digging that recently. So
Yeah. I haven't listened to in a minute. It's they're like this. Contortionist. I haven't listened to those guys in a minute. Contortionist. They're like a similar band like Periphery style and everything, but they're really good. But they haven't dropped anything in like years.
Oh.
They need to. This is my little out of the moment. Hey, contortionists, if you hear this somehow, release music.
Love that, yeah.
I love that. Yeah. What's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten for either merch or photography, Clover?
Hmm. I have this buddy who I adore. His name's Zach. Um, I think his profile on Instagram is like Mud
Oh, I
JPEG.
know Mud. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Zach. Yeah.
yeah. I can't remember how his handle is. I just know it's Mud dot something.
Yeah.
Um, he has probably been like my biggest supporter when it comes to like me and my imposter syndrome and all that. I don't really necessarily know if he's given me like a solid advising, more just so like talking me through things. But he honestly is just like he just believes in me, and I think just having someone in your corner is what makes like doing this worthwhile. Um, when it comes to advice, I give my own self advice. I'm just like, just keep going. That whole stepping stone climbing thing is just like you just have to remember that like just keep going, go forth, like because if you allow yourself to stop, you're not going to grow, obviously.
True.
So as long as you keep going, you'll slowly make steps, if not fastly make steps. It just depends on how much you're willing to allow yourself to do. So
Yeah.
but yeah, he's always just very there for me and very encouraging when it comes to like my stuff. I'll like text him my photos and I'm like, does this look like crap like I think it does? And he's like, no, like I can't believe it, like I can't, like he's like, dude, I feel like your work looks better than my work half the time. And I'm like, no, 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 no. So
Sweet.
as long as I feel like as long as you have someone like rooting for you, it kind of just makes the difference when it comes to battling with those emotions, because like it just helps. I don't know, it's just nice because you also just don't feel alone with those, and you have that person who like genuinely believes in like your art. So yeah.
True. You gotta have those friends. You gotta have those mini circles in this little bubble here in this industry, and you gotta
Yeah.
support one another. And if you don't, I don't know. I genuinely
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. What's something that people don't know about you, Clover?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I try to be as open as I can. um I guess one that like I don't really talk about a lot, but some people in my corner know, like if they've been following me for a while, they know this. It's kind of a sadder thing, but it's still it's made me who I am now. So I think I mentioned this earlier. It was about the festival and what it did to my body.
Yeah.
Um, so I was actually photographing that New England rock metal fest thing,
Hmm.
and I was just so excited. I didn't expect to like get a full pass to the show. I didn't expect to be able to photograph like Lamb of God and Hatebreed and like every other person that was there, because it was a big lineup.
Yeah.
So that night, after like getting through the entire festival, where I lived in Connecticut was like about 2 hours away from this venue. um and as I was 20 minutes away from home, I got hit by a drunk driver, and I rolled over a guardrail, and then I flipped 4 times down a 20-foot cliff. And I since I had just been at this festival, my camera was there. Somehow my camera managed to like slip out of my bag. It exploded. Like everything got ruined. I was immediately like rushed to the hospital. And I ended up getting some like really bad head trauma and really bad like body trauma. To the point like I it's hard for me to make conversation sometimes like during this like I stumble on my words a lot. I fidget around because my
Mm.
brain is just like I don't know. My
Oh,
brain just kind of feels like mush half the time.
yeah.
Um, and so, like, when I am on tour, a lot of people, they'll notice, like, when I have certain days where I just do not feel good.
Mm.
Um, and it's mainly because of my brain injuries. I also got a really bad injury in, like, my muscles, and then I have a really bad injury in my knee.
Mm.
Where like half the time it hurts to walk on it. You'll see me like limp around sometimes. Um, and it's made touring kind of harder, but at the same time I just push through it as much as I can.
Mm.
So if you ever like catch me and you see me on tour and like I'm sitting or I'm like like this or anything, it's just because I'm having like my little body moments now. And lots of time people just think like I'm sad or something, and it's just like no, I'm like genuinely dealing with like a really bad brain injury.
Yeah.
So it's been weird to manage it on tour, but I just put myself forth, and I take the necessary moments that I need. And I know that I want to do this for the rest of my life or as much as I can. And so I just try to move forward with it and to take every day as happily as I can, or just as grateful that I can, because honestly, the doctors weren't even sure how I was still here. So
We love it. We love that you're here. Let's go. Man. That's amazing. That's that like honestly, I did not even notice that you sure you did message me like, "Oh, we might have I did not even notice anything when talking to you today. Like did not notice that you had yes, brain fog or anything like that. Like you spoke normal like me as a day to day, and I get it. It's we have those days, and I feel like everyone has those days of like mentally and just physically and everything. And it's just that's part of life, I think now, which is weird, but we love that you're fine. We love that you're fine.
I, I'm as bad as I can be, and I'm happy about it. It could be worse, so I'm happy with the outcomes that I do have. I just have to move forward with them, and again, just take it as day by day as I can. So
Yeah, and I'm glad that even touring packages and everything are like coherent with you and being like, yeah,
uh,
we love this.
that's something that I'm very grateful for. Like some of the bands that I have been on tour with, I tell them about these things, and they're very nice about it. Like Dell and Kyle, they were the drivers for one of the tours that I was on, and I'm so thankful for like them in general. But they were very sweet with like helping me load things and like helping me load things onto the trailer and like
Mm-hmm.
taking the boxes for me, because like I would have like very bad flare ups that like
Mm-hmm.
feel like my back is a rock, like and then like it also kind of happened with Lilac, like Jordan and Lee, like, and Sketty and Oscar, like they were all so sweet when it came to like helping me out with things too. So I really do appreciate the people that like do genuinely care and like also care about like my health too. So it means a lot.
Yeah, we love that. Amazing. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. So what do you hope to take away from this conversation? What do you hope that people will take away from this conversation, Clover? You hope from this talk that we've had?
I hope that maybe some of the stuff that I say resonates, or maybe it even gives them more of an insight about certain things that happen, or certain things that you can do. Um, and just if anyone's like watching and they want to reach out again, like I said, if you're a new photographer, even if you're an older photographer, anyone in general,
Hmm.
if you have like anything you want to ask, or you have like any questions about anything, like you can come find me, and I'll be so willing to help like, as much as I can.
Hmm. Amazing. Cool. Describe yourself with one word on where you're at life right now. Which would it be?
Mm, growing.
Growing?
Yeah. I feel like I'm genuinely growing. I feel like I am having all these opportunities that are coming up recently, and it's only growing me farther than what I expected that I'd ever be. So it's growing me like mentally when it comes to certain aspects of the tour life and certain things when it comes to finding myself and finding my ways and just being finding out who I actually am, because I've had kind of a problem with like knowing who I am.
Yeah.
But I think that being around these like truly kind-hearted individuals, it's just it's giving me a sort of light that I've never really like had inside before. It's like that it's like that vending machine meme where it's like the light is broken but it still works. Like that's how I felt for a while. And now that like I'm doing these things that like I could never imagine like back when I was a teenager. It's like my light's coming, I'm coming on. I don't know. I'm growing.
Amazing.
So
I love that. Cool. Is there anything that you're like we didn't touch base on that you're like we need to talk about by chance, Clover? Did you think we've covered everything?
I think we covered a decent bit. I can't really think of anything. Yeah. Uh for anyone who is like I actually I'll make this my own little tiny thing.
Yeah.
Um if you do go with the band or you do go with someone, remember to prioritize your health no matter how bad you want to be on that tour package. Because even though you can have an opportunity or you can have a certain spot and you might lose it if you jump off the tour, just remember prioritizing your health is the best thing. Because at the end of the day, there's a bunch of bands. There's so many bands in this world. There's so many bands that are coming up. There's so many bands that are like they need someone. So you don't have to sacrifice your health or your well-being or your mental health when it comes to you wanting to stay with someone. Because um I just recently had a friend who was kind of getting bashed at on a tour, and just she just felt bad about herself and what she was doing, even though she was doing it in her own way. And um it got to the point where like her mental health was declining, and I had to tell her like, hey, just take a step back, remember that you are you, you do things your own way, and if they're working, and that like don't let them, ruin like your self-esteem. Don't let them ruin certain things. But just remember you have the ability to say no. So
That's good. I don't think I've talked to actually a photographer who has said that ever actually. Like that's good. That's
yeah,
really good. I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like, yeah, you're your own person. You have those capabilities of those things. Like, if you can't do something, you can't do something. Like, that's the
yeah,
thing, right?
yeah. And it's like, and again, just because you want to be on a tour package doesn't mean you're not gonna ever be on one again if you leave something that's making a situation worse.
Hmm.
Like, just like like again, my friend was like, yeah, but they're a bigger band, like they're gonna like potentially talk to other people and like tell them I'm a bad person. I'm like, no, no, don't think like that. Like you got this. You had to do what was best for you, and leaving is the best thing that was for you, and that is okay. So
Preach, preach.
yeah.
Amen. Amen to that.